Well, hello, you gorgeous mother truckers, and welcome to another video. Now, cast your minds back to when, exactly a year ago today, a bunch of deranged lunatics voted in another bunch of deranged lunatics against everybody's advice. Everybody's saying you're going to vote in horrendous things, and and sorry to say, but we told you so, and we were right. And it's just going to get worse. But also remember, though, there's a warning you saying the one thing that maybe give you a slither of hope is the fact that the Labour Party are way more fractured than any other party. Now, the Conservatives' fractures were under the spotlight by the media while they were in government. Everybody pretty much ignored the Labour Party's problems. Now, a lot of us said that the only chink of weakness and the only way we can see the Labour Party collapsing is because of its fractured nature. It has three sort of distinct parties, sections, should we say. But in fact, in reality now, it has a fourth. And the fourth is those Muslim MPs who are now in positions of being an MP. Now, some of them are now independent because they voted against the government. And this little core is the one that's going to cause the most trouble. We thought it was going to be the Corbynistas, even though it is Jeremy Corbyn that is, but it's not the Corbynistas. Jeremy has left them and aligned himself with the Muslims because they hate everybody he hates and he loves a terrorist. And, you know, so it's this little section. I did a breaking news. I've just done another video on this. But it's this that's going to cause the thorn in Labour's side. This will be the party that will fracture Labour. Even though everybody else is saying, oh, no, they're nothing. Oh, just ignore them. They're nothing. Well, I think you ignore these people at your peril. Adding to the fact that it's quite clear that the front bench are all over the place. In fact, most of the Labour Party is in pieces at the moment. The infighting is getting there. You've got a leader who can't lead, who is as weak as anything. You've got a chancellor who apparently has personal problems, but then recovers. And if you believe the rumours and information that's slowly tripping through to me, this is more to do with her marriage breakup than anything else. I will say allegedly because I have to, because I live in the UK. And if I don't say allegedly, yeah, it'll be old on the door by probably 8 rather large coppers. But in any case, I digress. So the Labour Party is disintegrating. It is beginning to fall apart. And I, for one, will be very happily grabbing my popcorn to enjoy whilst I watch this existence, this thing happen. The problem is, in the process of this happening, you and I are going to suffer. You and I are going to suffer horrendously. Come October, we're screwed. And if any of you think, oh, well, maybe, no, we are. We're finished. She's going to literally obliterate us on tax because we've got to pay for the £5 billion that they lost on their ill-conceived, ill-thought-through, ill-planned for welfare reforms. So we've got to pay that, even though that's only less than half of what we've sent to the Ukraine since the Labour Party got into power. But that's far more important, isn't it? They've launched this 10-year improvement to the NHS, which is just word salad and will be, as always, loads of words, zero action. We're going to have a new tech thing because people can't access their medical records, which is an absolute load of bullshit. You can access your medical records quite easily. I don't know where he's come up with that sack of crap, but it sounds good, doesn't it? As with everything else with the Labour Party, it's a great sound bite. It sounds brilliant. It sounds like we're doing something, but in reality, that's all it is, sounding like they do. They haven't done diddly squat. They've not improved this country. They've not fixed this country. They've just put it in further debt, and the country's on its knees. and they are all sitting there going, everything is fine. And then this new party is going to come up, and that's going to cause it. Now, if you are bright enough to understand this, and you are a right-wing party leader, here's your opportunity. There's a weak point in there, pitifully weak armour, but there's a weak point. So exploit it. Exploit it to its maximum, but of course, you won't. Instead of concentrating on that and trying to exploit that, we have Nigel Farage saying that Rupert Lowe is a nutter because he keeps banging on about immigration, which says everything about Reform's immigration plan, the one that hasn't been delivered and won't be delivered because Zia Mohammed Yusuf is telling them they're not going to have one. Let's be honest. And then also saying that people like Ben Habib and that are people who are starting things because of their egos, which is fucking pot kettle black. The reason that Ben Habib and Rupert Lowe, who you're accusing of being nutters who started parties because of their egos, were sacked because they challenged your ego, you hypocritical twat, which again shows you that Reform aren't your saviour. They are just the same thing that you've got now, just wearing a different coloured tie. They are literally the arse crack between the two same cheeks of the same arse. They are the uni party because they have had plenty of opportunities right now. You can see where, I can see where the weakness is. I can see the threat it poses. I can see how you could use that against the Labour Party. And instead, everybody's going, fucking ignore them. When will we ever learn? You ignore this. You ignore the rise of Islamism in this country. Look at the last local elections. Look at the general election. You know, the people were close to losing their seats because they were voting bloc. And there's a lot of them now. So let's grab our popcorn. I've got a lot of boxes of popcorn because talking about this upsets people. But also this particular one is going to be the one I'm going to enjoy eating off while I watch the Labour Party, as I said over a week ago, implode. It is collapsing. Right time, real time, right in front of your eyes. And I'm going to be here to tell you all about it because that's what I do. Any case, 2 videos popping up there. If you want to give them a watch, it'd be much appreciated. Little logo there. You click on that, that'll allow you to subscribe to the channel. That would be much appreciated as well. And if you do subscribe, don't forget to hit the notification bell on YouTube. And if you've got it on your mobile, make sure that one's done as well, because that can also affect you not getting notifications. You can like, you can share, you can try and tell me what's happening in the comments. At least 80% of the comments that people are putting up are staying up now. Oh, unless, of course, it's a complete blatant insult. That one will stay straight up. You know, if you're attacking me, you ain't got no problems at all. Funny that. There are ways to support the channel down below, but that's up to you. And with that, I am done. So, until the next one.